Moment for me, when I sold Steamers, I had figured this was the end of Steamers.
The day that I found out that Steamers is coming back and at this amazing...
A very emotional moment for me, when I sold Steamers, I had figured this was the end of Steamers.
The day that I found out that Steamers is coming back and at this amazing place, Campus JAX, I was like the best Christmas gift.
When Terrence Love from Steamers and JAX kind of combined to create these Steamers Jazz Nights, it just seemed like the most perfect thing to have happen. The whole musical community here is excited about that.
Seeing, wow, what a lovely place. It's got beautiful sound, light, video, everything, and the food was fabulous. And they were doing the thing right.
One of the things that I love most about Steamers and then now at Campus JAX is when the sound system and the stage is so beautiful, the best musicians in the world want to play there. And I was able to call guys that I never dreamt of playing, that would get so excited. And now it's the same thing. I talk to musicians and I go, hey, you want to come down and play with me at Campus JAX? Campus JAX, yes.
Well, I've been all over the world and I've seen a lot of different musical environments. The talent here is so off the charts. I mean, it's hard for people that aren't from here to understand how good here is, how good the musicians are here, how good everybody. I mean, it's like all the people that I have on stage with me coming up are just so talented. It's ridiculous, the talent pool that we have to draw from here.
Only the best musicians, all the time. So one of the things I want to do is present the music in the greatest way. I want the musicians to feel welcome. I want them to feel at home. I want them to feel like they're just not background music.
Here at Campus JAX, we have a love of the music, the audience. The team here has just made so many efforts to not only bring the musicians and the audience together like Terrence was doing for so long, but to do it at a really high quality. I've been doing clubs for, again, more years than I care to count, and this is a very rare example of how a music venue can run and be set up. And I feel nothing but care is given to what we're trying to present here and how we're trying to present it.
Now we've been doing this for months and it's worked out fantastic. I see a great future ahead.
From what I know about Terrence, he did it because he loves the music.
And everybody responds to it because you have that atmosphere. And it really is recapturing that magic. There's an electricity. You know something special is happening and you're a part of it. And that's what I loved walking into Steamers all those years ago. And that's what I love about walking into Campus JAX.
I love Terrence Love, and I'm so excited that he's a part of the team here at Campus JAX.
Steamers Jazz is back, and it's at Campus JAX.
Steamers Jazz at JAX. Hey, Tony, man, what's going on? Good to see you.
How are you doing, Terrence?
Great, man. That was a great performance. I blame it on my youth, and that was arranged by one of our great guests, a really good friend of mine, and a beautiful man himself, Bill Cunliffe. And it featured Terrell Stafford on the flugelhorn. Oh, my God, he's beautiful.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Terrence, I feel like I just saw you yesterday.
Wait a second.
Which, by the way, is too much.
Yeah. No, man. We're marching ahead and growing with great music artists and audience every single day. So, even if I don't see you physically, I'm sleeping with you in, there.
Hey, this conversation made me really uncomfortable really quick. Thankfully, we'll be able to I don't know, fix the mood already that you've already destroyed by welcoming our friend Bill Cunliffe very shortly with us right here. He's going to join us, and then a little bit later, Crystal. And we've got a good show as always. This is our 16th show, Terrence.
Wow, unbelievable! And Crystal's going to be telling us about this this really unique performance you guys had for the country music television thing, and I'm interested in knowing how that went down and why I wasn't invited either.
Well, I will say it's just one of many things you aren't invited to.
Yes, so, there we go. There we go.
Keep that in mind. And I'm also glad we're going to air that after Bill Cunliffe is with us, because then I can say, because I play piano on that track, and now I'll be able to officially put on my resume that Bill Cunliffe opened for me on piano.
Yes.
So that'll be a nice little feather in my cap. We're also going to see some video from Elena Gilliam's performance with her husband George, and Dave Enos on bass, and John Ferraro on drums, and pianist Mike Levan from one of the Thursday night show at Steamers that we did live a couple weeks ago. And those have been going great.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, last Thursday, with your band, it was fantastic. And I don't know, for those of you who haven't been watching or knowing what's going on, but every Thursday now we're doing these live performances at Campus JAX. We keep it down to 48 people, and Mark Wood Entertainment and QSC have been providing the stage and the sound and all that stuff. And our audio engineer Golden has been in charge of it, and last week was so special. And really, really, for those of you who can't come to the show, you can see it live stream here too.
I must say that it's interesting to hear a jazz club talking about trying to keep the audience down to 48 people.
Yes, usually, that's right.
Usually we're just praying we can get 48 people into a room. But the nice thing is, it's great to be. I'm just really privileged and honored to be a part of the JAX family right now. Like especially with everything that's going on, they're just leading the way with keeping live music going. And even now that we've had a second shutdown of indoor venues, the fact that they've been set up and it's not like a permanent stage either. They set it up every time, and there's a lot of work that goes into this, and just all to promote musicians and fine artists, and it's it's a great thing. And broadcasting it at this level and broadcasting those shows around the world, it's pretty incredible. So grateful.
We appreciate, first of all, the great musicians that have come out, including you, Tony, to help perform for us, and our audience. They've been joining our mission and supporting us all this time. It's 16 weeks almost, right? It's incredible just to think about that, and that we've kept this going every single week. And there is one way you can help, and that's by going to steamersjack.com. And at steamersjack.com you can donate. There's a little thing right there. Click on the button and donate. You just heard our little theme song in the background, Tony, to donate. So thanks for being a part of our team, and we hope you continue to watch, and we appreciate all you're doing. So
we're just going to roll a little intro to Bill Cunliffe, and then he's going to join us live, and you learn a little bit about him right now. So take it away, Tim. Yeah. Oh, we're going to bring him in right now. We're being talked to.
Bring him in right now at this moment. It's the best thing,
There he is. Look at that.
There he is. Hey, Bill.
How are you, Bill?
Hi, Tony, Terrence, and Tim. How you doing? I should go.
That's right. There you go.
Whatever I could do.
Fantastic. Yeah. So
my
now
first royalty.
That will be 2 times Bill open for you, Tony, right?
Right. See, look at that. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, you're
well, hey, listen, I do have the privilege of being able to say that back in the early 90s when I was in my little happy jazz phase, Bill Cunliffe was gracious enough to do some shows with my band, and we did a little bit of traveling together, and it's just good to see you again, Bill. It's been quite a while, and
you too, Tony.
hopefully we'll be able to do it in person someday soon.
Yeah. We'll get them at Campus JAX when we open up. But Bill and I go way back to almost the very beginning of Steamers, and I've been blessed to have Bill on with so many different configurations with big bands, with his own trio. He has a Latin jazz band with vocalists. I've seen him there with Rebecca Paris and Jane Monheit, and just. And then of course, once he started his thing at Fullerton, Cal State Fullerton, he used to bring in all the jazz bands there all the time. What a great relationship, and I'm just honored to be his friend and to be exposed to such wonderful music, man.
Man, people that love the music, like you, Terrence, you keep it going. It's I could just see it in your eyes, how much you dig it. We haven't talked in a while, but running a jazz club 7 nights a week as you did, that's hard work. Very hard work.
Well, I got to thank all you guys, man.
So much good music was at Steamers. I guess I'm supposed to start to talk about Dave Carpenter, I guess, right? Or are you going to?
Well, we can do. Let's save that for the end because we have a video clip that includes him, and we'll talk about that then. But for now, let's a lot of our audience obviously will know you. Some of them may not, but you are. Tell us a little bit about what you've been working on the last few years, or just where you're at, or where you're headed, what you're doing. Just tell us a little bit about yourself right now.
Professor of Jazz Studies at Cal State Fullerton.
My alma mater.
And I've really enjoyed that. We've had some really good experiences there. Just communicating this music I love to young people that don't know about it is a great thing, and I'm really honored to be able to do it. I just finished an arrangement for the Philly Pops Orchestra that was premiered day before yesterday. They did a whole thing at the Metropolitan Opera House in Philadelphia with socially distanced everyone. It's such a big room. You can get a 40-piece orchestra in that room with plexiglass, and everyone 6 feet apart, and all the string players had patriotic bandanas, and in honor of see this, but I guess I can get it up here. Can you all see my socks? Damn. My cat, these are cat socks, the cat for president right here. That gave these to me.
I thought this was about to turn into a Victor Borge routine.
Oh, I know all his routines. You don't want to get me started on those.
Maybe we do.
Yeah. Oh, I love Victor Borge. When I was 9 years old, I did a talent show at the YMCA in Lawrence, Mass. I did all of his stuff, and I won the talent show.
Oh, that's
there you go.
Yeah, but my life didn't turn out that way, which is fine. Writing a lot of music, working on a jazz guitar concerto for a classical guitarist named Matthew Marshall from New Zealand. One of the few places where music is played live because they don't have a coronavirus problem anymore.
Right.
And it's a double concerto for him and the great Bruce Foreman, one of my favorite guitarists.
Oh yeah.
Let me see if this is this probably isn't a quick answer, so we can blow past this question. But I just always find it fascinating writing for an instrument like the guitar. It's one thing to write for, let's say, a saxophone that's a single note, but to write for a guitar, you really need to know the instrument well. It seems to me, if I were to try to write a concerto for guitar, I would have to really know that instrument well, and I'm just curious about that as a composer, how you approach something like that. Maybe you also play guitar. I don't know.
No, although there's a great story. I got to tell a story. Dennis Budimir was playing guitar in one of these sessions that Dave Grusin was running. And Dave is conducting, and he stopped and he said, Dennis, was that what I wrote? And he said, oh, Dave, what you wrote, it was kind of hard to play on the guitar, so I modified it a little. All right. So Dave, without a word, takes off his headphones, walks to the back of the room and says, do you mind? And he gave him the guitar, and Dave played it perfectly.
Oh my God.
Guitar, handed it back to him and said, you know, if we can keep it the way I wrote it, that'd be great.
That's funny.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not like that, but I have two ways of handling it. First of all, realizing that Joseph Joachim helped Brahms write the violin part to his violin concerto. You always have the player suss it out and make edits and offer suggestions. That's number one. Number two, there are, you know, when I was Tony's age, a very long time ago, you had to buy scores, and, you know, if I wanted to buy a copy of the Rodrigo guitar concerto, it would be $80 or $60. And
Yep.
I got a big wall full of scores I paid thousands of dollars for. Now it's all up for nothing. See, I just Google a thing and find it, and I steal ideas from those guys. If I want to write something, I kind of go see how they did it.
Kind of study, yeah. I mean, and certainly not to blow off writing for an instrument like a saxophone or a flute or something that is a one note instrument, but it's you really have to know about the instruments you're writing for and what they're capable of, and but things like guitar and, you know, even piano are very specific in terms of, if you're writing notation, you kind of really have to know what's possible, and you can't write 11 notes on the piano, you know.
No. Although I've seen it done.
Well, I can't. Yeah.
Well, speaking of writing, would you happen to? I hear you're going to play a couple of songs for us. Would you mind playing one that you wrote?
Sure. Let me think about this. What would I play? Let's see. All right. This is one that, you know, this is based on My Funny Valentine. And I played this for you the other day, and it seemed to go over well. And I practiced it, so I know what I'm doing. It's based on My Funny Valentine, and it's called Amusing Paramours. And that's a song that I wrote based on My Funny Valentine.
Okay. Well, remember, I'm playing piano later, so this better be good.
Okay. Yeah.
Very nice.
Awesome.
Wow.
Just imagine that was the applause of 48 people.
Yes.
I love what they do on the game shows. Like, wait, don't tell me.
Right.
Instead of like, when they finish a bit, they turn the applause up right away, and then they turn it off right away.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we're trying to do this, but we don't really do it.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Thank you.
So have you kept that Latin jazz band still going, since, I think I haven't talked to you for years or so now.
Well, yeah, we have a second record. We finished it in 2010.
Wow.
Then the fellow that ran the label.
Can I ask, is that the album you won a Grammy for, or is that a label?
No, I won a Grammy for an album, actually an arrangement from an album I wrote for Marian Petrescu, a great Romanian jazz pianist, and big band for Residence Records, George Klabin's. And it was basically an arrangement of West Side Story tunes based on Oscar Peterson. It was kind of the guy I fell in love with first and spent the following 30 years trying to, you love something so much. In jazz, it's very easy to kind of not be able to get away from that influence,
Yeah.
It does, like, I'm a swinger, and I spent my whole life trying to play modern because I'm very interested in modern music. I love all the new stuff that's happening, but ultimately I'm a swinger, and you have to be who you are, but you also have to try to grow. So you try to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
The Latin album, yeah, we finished it in 2010, but that was right after Barack Obama became president, and there was at that point an economic complete collapse.
Oh yes.
The fellow that ran the record label, Reed Kotler, he was working for Silicon Valley, and he kind of lost everything. But then he's pulled it together, and we are going to kind of do a limited release.
Nice.
Today it's easy to do. You can just make 200 copies to sell to your friends, and then put it on the internet and let it be. So we're going to do that sometime.
Yeah.
Well, you got go ahead, Tony.
I was going to say probably exactly what you were about to say.
You got another song for us?
Yeah. Well, how do we? We're going to do something by Johnny Mandel. And,
sure.
Terrence asked for. You don't have the tape from the other day is gone, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, actually, if you go on the internet, you can hear me play A Time for Love, which is what I was going to play for you today. But Terrence asked the other day for Where Do You Start?
Yes.
And Terrence, this is going to be interesting because I've never ever played it before.
Oh, beautiful! I love it.
This is going to be completely. I'm going to be out there tightrope like the guys having lunch, building the Flatiron Building. It's going to be like that. So let's see if I can do it. Where Do You Start by Johnny Mandel.
Beautiful.
Of course, the good thing about this is that any part of it I forget, I'll just make something else up, and a percentage of your audience won't know the difference. But something else. And they can write to me and let me know. BillCummins@me.com, because it's all about me, isn't it?
Jack Sheldon used to play that at Steamers all the time, and there were times when he forgot where he was at.
Yeah, and it was actually pretty good. I love Jack. I'm dating a homeless woman now. It's really great. After we go out to eat, I can just drop them off anywhere. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be. Seriously.
All right. Thank you so much, Bill.
Yeah, you cut that out of the thing. You could edit this, right? Or am I stuck? No.
We're stuck. We're stuck. Watch your mouth.
We're stuck on this one.
Right. Well, my career is over, but it was over 3 months ago, like everybody else.
Right. We got a 2-for-1 on that.
I know. What a great medley. Just where do you start, Emily?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, Terry.
You know, you let up.
So I
you let up.
Do another one.
It was perfect. Wow. Well, listen, Bill. You know, I think our time's about up, but we are going to do an outro video of you. Do it with the Buddy Rich Big Band, correct? You have a story about that?
Which is this is from just so everybody knows, this is from back in 1984 when you were out with him. Is that right? Yeah.
I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was graduating high school then.
Yeah.
You know, it's very possible I saw you with the Buddy Rich Band, because I don't know which years you were with him exactly, but I saw him while I was in high school, either my junior or senior year, which. Well, I mean, I was just at Disneyland. You guys didn't play there. You played at Disneyland, or he played at Disneyland, and I saw him there. What's that?
I was there for that.
1984. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, you sounded great.
Tony, it was called Continuation High School. Was that the name? Yes.
Yeah, when I said which high school, you said you didn't. Well, there were so many, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, one of my favorite musicians was the great Dave Carpenter, who actually got me on the Buddy Rich Band. We were both living in Dayton, Ohio, and we went to hang out, and they found out about Dave, and they hired him. And then I saw him in the Dayton Mall, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want to play some music?" And lead music or the pianist had just left. So I worked with Dave for a year and a half on Buddy's band, and then 6, 7 years later, we're playing a lot together in LA. And I had called him to work at Steamers with, I think it was either Dick Weller or it might have been Joe LaBarbera. I think it was Dick. Anyways, he didn't quite get back with me right away, and Terrence wanted to know, obviously, who was going to be on the gig. So I hired somebody else. And Jeff D'Angelo, one of my good friends, a great bass player. But then right up, of course, the day after that, Dave calls me and says, "I can make it." Something told me I better hire him. So I paid Tony off. Jeff D'Angelo, I gave him the money. And Dave came to the gig, and he told me the whole story about how he went to the emergency room with palpitations at Burbank. And they said they put him in a waiting room, and after about 3 hours, he had enough of this. He went home, and he died a couple weeks later of a heart attack.
Yeah, very sad, man.
Yeah, so I'm glad we have his music. But
you bet.
Well, Bill, thank you for being with us. It's so great to see you again, even though it's not in person, and hopefully I'll see you in person someday very soon.
Thank you, Tony.
I love you.
Not in person, you look marvelous. Let me say that.
I usually
look best not in person.
Great. Thanks,
right,
Karen.
well,
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
So we're going to roll out with this Buddy Rich video, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thanks, Bill. Hey, hey. Wow.
Look
That
at
was
that.
a great, great thing with Bill. And look who we have here.
Hey, Crystal
All
Lewis.
colorful and beautiful. And look at that dew she's got. Oh, my God. Crystal Lewis.
Coming to us live from Studio 54 in New York City.
That's right.
I wish.
Well, how are you?
I'm well.
Yeah. We're going to get into why you are sitting in a discotheque right now.
Okay.
But part of why we wanted to have you on was to talk about what we did last week. Was that last week? It was last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll just let Tim know. I just heard some weird echo, but we're just going to keep going. So I'll just start the ball, but I want you to really fill in. We did a live show out in the middle of my street last week for our neighbors, and it was a whole lot of fun. But it was for a much bigger entity than just you and me doing this, and it was for a good cause and all of that. And so I'm going to let you explain what happened and where that all came from.
Okay, well, per my usual, I called Tony and said, hey, I have an idea. And he responded with, I have a better one, which is also per the usual, I guess. No, I was called by a good friend of mine. His name's Ty Herndon. He's a country artist. I met him in Nashville, and we've not only become good friends, but I actually got to sing with him. When was that? I guess it's been about a year and a half now. We did Oh Holy Night together, which, you know, who hasn't done Oh Holy Night? But,
me.
Other than you.
Yeah.
So Ty and I did a little rendition of Oh Holy Night, and it was just so much fun. He's really quite an amazing vocalist. Country is not necessarily my first go-to genre. But I mean, there's nothing like Christmas in July. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but oh, I think it's done now. Yeah, there we go. I forgot you had that. Anyways, clearly Ty and I have worked together. And so we've established this relationship, this friendship and working relationship. And he decided to put together a concert. It's called the Concert for Love and Acceptance. And it kind of is tying together everything that's kind of going on in the world and reaching out a helping hand and being charitable and loving each other and this whole thing. And it was to be hosted by himself and Kristen Chenoweth, who is just this extraordinary Broadway performer. And in addition to artists like Dennis Quaid and Rita Wilson and Terry Clark and Tanya Tucker, they decided to throw together called a red carpet countdown pre-show. And so that's what I got to be a part of. And all they said was, hey, can you send us a live song, a live recording? It needs to be filmed and recorded in quarantine. Preferably with another musician, like playing for you. So I immediately.
Hold on. They didn't request me by name. I was under the misconception that.
Not specifically. You were my call. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when I called Tony and said I need an accompanist, I said I want to do it at your beautiful big grand piano in the living room, and he's like, well, it's not tuned at the moment.
Yeah, I did try to get it tuned during quarantine, and I couldn't get a tuner to come over. So, yeah.
Well, I feel like it worked in our favor because Tony's idea was, let's do it in the middle of the street. And I'm like, I feel like that's really different from what I suggested initially. But we ended up inviting his neighbors, and it was actually so much fun. We just had a great time. Wonderfully attentive audience, including the dogs and children, and it was awesome.
And they were thrilled. I got such great response from the neighbors. It was such a fun little weird thing to happen on the street. It was really fun. And then, as you know, when we were just going to originally do it, like film it with an iPhone and not much. And then of course, Tim Ellis and Golden from JAX, they came down and brought real cameras, and she brought her whole recording studio in a van, and we had a whole setup out there. It was quite a production.
It was amazing and so above and beyond what my original tiny little idea was. So it was great. Yeah, we had such a great time. And then it aired on CMT, Country Music Television's YouTube channel and Facebook page and all of that. So that was it was really a fun thing to get to be.
Yeah, and so we've decided we're going to take this on the road. So any of you who have a street that you'd like us to come perform on, we just need an extension cord and some money. Just kidding.
I love it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Well, we're going to watch that clip. This aired, and I'm going to assume that we can still get this clip online, right?
Yes, it is available.
All right, so yeah, I think I don't know the link, and I don't know if we have it, but just in case, I know you probably could search through CMT and Country Music Television and their website, and we'll be able to. I mean, if you want to watch the entire show, but of course you can watch this song here. But you also had a show tonight, and now we're going to explain why you're sitting in a discotheque.
Yes. So I had a show scheduled live and in person tonight, and it was very exciting because my last show was January the 12th, And so I was very much looking forward to July 5th. I've been looking forward to July 5th since January 12th. And but because of quarantine and all of the restaurants and things that are serving indoors, you know, getting shut down and all the shows getting canceled, and I guess everywhere. I was going to say in Southern California, but it's pretty much everywhere.
Except, before I forget to say this at the end, we are getting you for one of the Thursday nights at JAX, because that's
yes.
the only places that's got it going. So we'll announce that date soon.
Yes, please. Yes, good.
Okay.
Thank goodness. Jeez, thank goodness. Anyways, this was the one thing that stayed on my calendar all these months, and I thought, yes, we beat it. We did it. I get to work. This is great. And then about 4 days ago, I got the call that nope, it's shut down once again.
Yeah.
So throughout this quarantine time, I know that so many artists, pretty much every artist that I follow, has done a live stream show from home in some way, shape, or form. And I have not. I've done some interviews. Tony and I did a couple of things, talking about some things. And of course, I was here with JAX doing when we showed my Rhapsody release show and all of that a few months ago. But thank you. I haven't done any live singing whatsoever on social medias, on the interwebs. And so I'm going to do that tonight. I am going to do about an hour's worth of music. I'm going to do songs from Rhapsody.
Nice.
The album that Tony produced. I'm also going to dig into my archives and do a couple of old CL tunes from the past.
Oh, you had records before Rhapsody. Oh,
I did. I
didn't know that.
I don't really like to pick from them anymore, but
where can people tune in for that?
It's going to be live on my Facebook page. It's
right after this show.
Right after this show, I have
to
go grab a bite to eat downstairs and change my clothes, and then this room is going to become Studio 54. In fact,
so that's facebook.com/the Crystal Lewis, right?
Correct. Yes.
And I'm surprised Tony didn't say, "Oh, you didn't change for our show, but you are for your own show," right?
Oh, well, but this is equally as fabulous as what I'll be wearing.
Yes, it looks fabulous.
Yeah, Terrence, I didn't need to comment on it. I thought she was great. So apparently,
I've been hanging around you too far long.
Well, Crystal, thank you for being with us, and I hope you have a great show tonight. And I'm sorry we're not doing it live like we were intending to originally, but
we are going to do it again, Tony.
We are going to do it again very soon. And we are going to send people off with our street performance from the other night. And the song that we did was from Rhapsody. Right. And it was one that you and I wrote together called, I forget, which one did we do? Mine for a Minute. That's right. Yeah. So. So many details.
Coming through for me.
All right, here we go. Thanks, Crystal.
See you guys.
Maybe I've seen one too many movies. Maybe my dreams too pie in the sky. Maybe I ignore the obvious signs, but you can't blame a girl for trying. Funny how life can turn on a dime. A shift can occur, no reason or rhyme. Like a wrench in the wheel of a paradigm, like snow in the middle of summertime. I don't understand I admit it. You were only mine for a minute. Everything changed, but at least I can say I was yours. You were mine for a minute. You know I had my heart set on forever, but I know you can't always get what you want. So I'm living with longing indefinitely, happily haunted by memories. Seems my prayers were not meant to be answered. Seems the plans that we've made were not meant to be. But I can't complain, for the truth is, you see, I don't regret the time you spent with me. I don't understand, I admit it. You were only mine for a minute. Everything changed, but at least I can say I was yours. You were mine for a minute. Oh, everything changed. I'm so glad I can say I was yours. You were mine for a minute.
Wow, Tony, that was great, man. I wish I lived in your neighborhood.
Well, we pay high property taxes for a reason, Terrence. Just keep out the riffraff. We're very selective.
Looks very nice there, and how beautiful. And you had Golden there with the mixing. Was John also doing the video? And
no, Tim was there.
Oh, Tim, our man Tim was doing the recording. Gosh, you guys don't get to see him, but Tim's the mastermind behind all this in the background, and we just hear him whisper in our ear every once in a while. So tell us a little bit about that event now that Crystal's left.
Oh, it was just great. You know, she the great thing about Crystal is she's just always up for a fun new idea and was willing to. I knew about Crystal for many years, and then I met her. We did things way back years ago that she didn't remember me, and it was just like little things we both ended up on. And but I'd always wanted to work with her, and that's one of the things I like about her most is that she's just always willing to say, great, let's do something fun and different. And she's always willing to jump in, and I've been lucky to run into a few people like that. Jane Lynch is very much like that as well. Just I call it the let's put on a show in the backyard mentality, and it's just great to work with people like that who are just always willing to try something fun and
always a spirited attitude to just a very positive person. It's really, really nice.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I want to remind the people again, I want to help if they can support our show. All the people that have been watching this, you can go to our steamersjax.com and put a little something in the tip jar to keep this going. This is our 16th show live here, and it's incredible. We got more coming up in the future, and we hope you can continue to support us and so we can keep bringing these great, exceptional artists and great music. And, Tony and I have something to do on Sunday nights.
Yeah, every Sunday night with Terrence.
Yes.
Not sure what that says about where my life has ended up, but
I think we call it a play date, right?
Yeah, it's a play date. We have a weekly play date.
Anyway, we're going to finish the show, getting to know we want you to know this wonderful, amazing, powerful voice of Elena Gilliam, a local favorite here at Steamers Jazz at JAX. We're going to share a couple of tunes captured on our stage live at JAX a couple of weeks ago, and it's with Elena, her wonderful husband, guitarist George Gilliam, David Enos on bass, John Ferraro on drums, Mike Levan on keyboards, and it was great. We look forward to seeing you right here next week. Anything else from you, Tony?
Nothing from me. Appreciate you, friend.
Oh, you too, man. I love you, Tony. Let's hear some Elena Gilliam.
All right. See you guys later.
I love this song. Something about it just makes me happy. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, heaven, yes, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hang around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek. Well, I'd love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but that doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. And I'd love to go out fishing on a river or a creek, but that doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Oh, dance with me, I want my arms around you, the charms around you will carry me all the way through to heaven. Yes, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak, and I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek to cheek to cheek. Dance with me. I want my arms around you. The charms around you will carry me all the way through to heaven. Yes, I'm in heaven. And my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. And I seem to find the happiness I seek when we're out together dancing. Out together dancing. Out together dancing cheek to cheek. We're out, we're out, we're out. We're dancing together cheek to cheek. Yeah. Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree.
When I first knew that I loved music was late night television as a teenager, because I would watch all the late night shows, you know, the Johnny Carson, even Jack Parr I remember from years ago. I loved Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan, Liza Minnelli, and watching Judy Garland in action. Shirley Bassey, oh man, I used to love her. I thought she was fantastic when I first heard her. Carmen McRae, I love. And the male stars like Frank Sinatra, even Andy Williams, Tony Bennett. The phrasing is what I listen to. So that's important to me when I sing. And I think I have a sound of my own. I'd like to think I have a sound of my own, that I know me, that I can be differentiated. Because I took a piece of this and a piece of that, wrapped it all together, and tried to come up with what I like. The Way We Were, that was my first date. And I loved the music from that movie, so I started listening to that all the time. And I remember All in Love is Fair. And then I remember some guy crushing my heart, too. So I just happened to have that song. That was popular at the time. And I always remembered that song. And more recently, I've been working a lot with Michael Levan, wonderful pianist, and his trio. And he suggested that. He said to me one day, "Do you like All in Love is Fair?" And I said, "I love that song." He said, "Well, you want to try it?" And then we started working that tune, and that was on the CD that we have right now, is All in Love is Fair. So I'd say right now, that's my favorite to sing. It's a marvelous feeling to talk to people and to connect with people. I love going down and saying, "How are you? And what's going on? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you having a good time? Are you taking a moment for yourself to just enjoy this moment?" The moments are so precious to us. And I guess I realize that more now than I did 30 years ago, is how precious life is. And we've got to take these moments and just enjoy every second of it. I always look around and try to find who's listening to me, and I try to grab them and bring them in with me, because it's all about the music, and it's all about the enjoyment, and it's all about taking your mind off of this crazy world that we're living in just for a few minutes, just to enjoy life. And music is continental. Music is all it can enrapture you. It can take you away just for a few moments. It's those moments that are special to us. For me, jazz is all-encompassing because you can stretch out with jazz. I can be me. I can be Elena. I can enjoy this and make this sound however I want. I can craft this song, and it's going to be okay because that's jazz. Jazz is beautiful. Sure, you pay tribute to the writers, but I think they gave us a gift to be able to express in a meaningful way, and I just try to make it as meaningful as I can because I love it so much.
And too much in love. All is fair in love. Love's a crazy game. Two people vow to stay in love as one, they say. But all is changed with time. The future none can see. The road you leave behind. Ahead lies mystery. But all is fair in love. I had to go away. A writer takes his pen to write the words again, that all in love is fair. Ooh, all love fate's a chance. It's either good or bad. I toss my coin to say, in love with me you stay. But all in war is so cold. You either win or lose. When all is put away, the losing side left your side. A writer takes his pen and writes the words again, that all in love is fair. takes his pen to write the words again, that all in love is fair. Ooh, a writer takes his pen to write the words again. That all in love is fair. Michael Levan, thank you so much. Thank you.